I quote Mark 3:11-12. Unclean spirits, when they saw Jesus, fell down before him and cried, saying, Thou art the Son of God. And he straitly charged them that they should not make him known. Luke 4:41. Devils came out of many, crying out and saying, Thou art the Christ, the Son of God. And Jesus, rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Christ. Now, the big delineation in Scripture is not between Christian believers and atheists, but between infidels and consistent followers of Christ. In fact, infidels who profess to be Christians are more harmful than infidels who profess atheism, as bottles of poison-marked medicine are more dangerous than bottles of poison-marked poison. Consider actor, comedian, rapper, and television host Nick Cannon, who is a Christ-professing churchgoer. He's officially identified on the internet as a devout Christian. However, NC had 12 children with 5 different women, and his song lyrics are clearly ungodly and vulgar. While Christianity is a definite religion, James 1:27, with definite rules, NC said, religion and rules turn more people away from God than towards him. NC also reiterated the often repeated lie that throughout history most wars were fought over religion. Speaking on gay marriage, NC said, You want to get married? I don't care. You can marry a cat. I don't give a damn. Marry whoever you want. NC does oppose abortion, but not for the common Christian reason. Instead, he opposes it because he sees it as an attack on blacks. In fact, NC made numerous black supremacist statements against whites, citing the pseudo-scientific melanin theory. So, Nick Cannon, fidelity to Christ or infidel? Clearly an infidel and clearly not saved. Being an infidel and being unsaved are nearly synonymous. In many cases, it's wrong to make such declarations, considering Matthew 7:1-5. This teaches not to condemn someone without adequate information about them, or without first stopping yourself from doing what they do, or worse. It does not speak against righteous judgment, which we are actually required to do. John 7:24. If there's a can of paint with its lid open and you see all red, you need not stick your arm down into it to know what color it is. In Nick's case, there's no evidence of transformation or being born again when Scripture states that there must be. Also consider, enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Matthew 7:13-14 from the King James. And ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. James 4:4 from the King James. What about me? I'm probably a poor excuse for a Christian, but do acknowledge my sins and want to do better. I'd like to find strong Christian fellowship to help me better myself, but sadly I'm a loner. Here's a problem for everyone who seeks solid Christian fellowships to better themselves and who also lacks the ability to read minds. That is, it's impossible to quickly know exactly who is faithful to Christ from who is an infidel. Therefore, I propose a shortcut to help clue you in. First, only consider churchgoers who confess Jesus as having been God embodied in human flesh. Now pose 2 questions. Where do you stand on abortion, and where do you stand on same-sex marriage? If you find that they support either of the two, then not only avoid fellowship with them, but rebuke them. These 2 big red flags are almost always accompanied by other points of inconsistency with true Christianity. Likewise, holding the traditional Christian view on both points is almost always accompanied by being consistent with other points of true Christianity as well. Take care.